Michelle from Josie Michelle Events, our lead event planner. I'm here at my home today in Valley Stream, New York.
Hello everyone, my name is Josie Michelle and I am here from my home in New Jersey. And today we are very excited. We're going to be talking about food. And we have here our friend Dominick Burccoleri. We would like you to introduce yourself and your business.
Absolutely. My name is Dominick Burccoleri. I am a chef owner of Papazzio Restaurant and Caterers in Bayside, Queens, New York, and I am here at my home in New Hyde Park.
Dominick, thank you so much for joining us. We miss you so much, and we miss your restaurant, and we miss doing all the wonderful events that we do together. We've been working together for so many years. I can't wait till we go back. But we reached out to you because we are so curious what's going on right now. Are you still open? Are you offering services?
Yes, we are currently, the restaurant is currently opened. We are offering takeout and delivery and curbside pickup. As for the catering end of things, event catering has not resumed at this point, but the catering that we do now is for the front lines, nurses and doctors and things. Some of the adult care centers, New York Presbyterian Hospital, we've been doing catering to, along with Queens Center for Progress, the group homes that they have, and also places like Little Neck Care Facility, also nursing homes and things for doctors. That's the type of catering that's going on right now.
I am not surprised that you're doing something amazing with your wonderful team. Of course you are. And the work that you're doing is so important. So I am so glad that we asked you that question. So you're already busy during this time. So what safety precautions are you taking for your team, for yourself, and also for all of your clients?
Well, Papazzio, and especially myself, have always pushed for the highest in, hygiene and sanitation and things like that. But with what this virus has caused us, it has caused us to make us really think out of the box now. My staff is wearing masks and gloves both in the kitchen and on the floor. Everything gets sanitized with a bleach solution. Every 30 minutes, handles that people come in and open to pick up their food and things, to sanitizing every 30 minutes in the kitchen, wiping everything down with a bleach solution, just to keep everything as sterile and clean and germ-free as we can.
We can imagine. And now, Dominick, we are going to go deeper into the food.
Okay.
So we have tried many of your meals, and we like them all. But what is your specialty?
Well, the restaurant specialty is a mix of northern and southern cuisine. Northern cuisine having more of your white sauces and southern having more of your red sauces. So my menu is a good diversification of both. Of course, we have our pollo papazzio, which is our chicken over a bed of spinach and melted mozzarella and fresh tomatoes. That's one of our signature dishes. Our veal saltimbocco is also one of our signature dishes. Our pasta dishes, our penne alla vodka is out of this world. Our soups, we won awards for our pasta fagioli and our chicken parmesan, which happens to be one of our award-winning also.
My God, I'm getting hungry right now.
I'm starving now. That sounds so good. God, I miss your food so much.
Well, we could send you Federal Express to New Jersey in Valley Stream.
That sounds very good.
I'll take it.
All right. So keeping going with food, and we do want to be able to give advice to those planning summer events, either this summer or the next. So what recommendation will you give to those planning an outdoor events? Like, what is it that they need to keep in mind, and what is it that people should avoid?
Well, the first thing is check the weather to make sure it's going to be a good day out there. That would be my first point of advice. Outside to me is always barbecuing. That has always been When I think of outdoors or somebody says an outdoor event, the first thing that pops into me is a big grill with ribs on it and hot dogs and hamburgers and chicken and kebabs and corn and a pot with beans on it that are roasting on the barbecue along with it. That's what I look at outside dining to be. Things I would avoid in the outside barbecues are the munchies that you do in the beginning, such as pretzels and potato chips and all of the things that everybody's putting their hand in and grabbing and putting it to their mouth and coming back. Those are the things that I would avoid.
Absolutely.
Yeah, those are great points. I hadn't even thought of all those things. Now, Dominick, we have done so many events together over the years. Some of them have been smaller, maybe like 50 people, but we've done, the average wedding is usually like 150 people, but we've also done 300 people. And usually when the two of us work together, we are at a place where you have to build out the whole event. And we only get to see really that part of it. And you guys are phenomenal in action. But I would love for you to share a little bit, because I don't think people realize how much effort goes into making an event smooth. Can you explain how you prepare when you're going to do this off-premise catering and there's no kitchen and you have to bring absolutely everything in? How do you prepare for that day?
That's a very good question, Michelle. Thank you. We start with the venue. If a bride and groom, a couple has picked their venue, the first thing I do is visit the venue. I think it's extremely important to see what's supplied to us at the venue and what we have to work with. That immediately puts my plan together on what we need to rent, whether it's kitchen items or kitchen equipment that we need to rent, to tables, chairs, settings, linens, and things like that, right into what menu we could actually put together for the couple with the constraints of kitchen equipment that we have. Some venues have a full kitchen, grills, fryers, stoves, heating boxes, and things like that. Now you can offer an entire variety of menu items. When you're limited to a kitchen, you have to kind of work the menu around the kitchen, of course, keeping costs in mind, because renting an entire kitchen can get costly. So what I try to do is try to put a menu together that will fit whatever the resources we have. And of course, it really takes months of planning. It's not something that's put together in a week. It takes several meetings. You have to not only put it together on paper, but you have to give an actual visual view to the couple to make sure that they understand and they feel comfortable with how the process is going to work from start to finish.
Yes, we imagine just how much work goes into it just from the amazing experience we have when we're on site with you. It just looks unbelievable. And I think people take for granted that, somebody like you actually recreates a space that usually is already there in a traditional menu. So that's very helpful insight. Now, you also talked a lot about the menus. So another really cool thing, and one of the reasons we love to work with you guys, is just it's always so beautifully presented. You have very creative options. I know you're known for your Italian, but I've seen you do so many other things. So can you talk a little bit about how a couple who's planning a wedding or anybody who's planning an event with you can actually personalize their menu?
We do different types of ethnic cuisines. The restaurant itself is one area of food, which does Italian. Our outside venue has an entire array of cuisine: vegetarian, gluten-free, vegan, lactose intolerant, allergies, peanut menus, things like that. When I start out with a couple, I ask them, what are your favorite items? What do you want to see in food? Forget about who doesn't like this or who's allergic to that or who can't eat that. Let's first take care of you. Then we can go to what other people's needs are. But if you turn around and start putting a menu together based, everybody else needs or does, it's a very difficult thing. So you need to start with what bride and groom want.
Very, very smart. Very smart. We one of the events we worked with you last year was very particular. This couple, lovely couple, they were unique in a sense that they wanted particular things that are different when you're planning a wedding. And that it brings me to the question of what kind of trends are you seeing right now with the young couples getting married that wants to switch a little bit their menu?
I find couples today are really steering away from the traditional formal weddings, such as the cocktail hour, and then from the cocktail hour you go into a structured ceremony of dancing, bride meets groom, all of that, and then they sit down and they start eating their dinner. That's changing. I'm finding a lot of things such as family-style seatings where tables are long with runners down the middle of them and people sitting on each side of the table. I'm finding food stations now where you start with, instead of your traditional 1 hour cocktail hour with hot and cold stations and past hors d'oeuvres, they start with some past hors d'oeuvres and then bang, open up right into food stations. So now people are mixing and intertwining into the wedding, and it's a much bigger experience. I'm seeing a lot of that. And then menu-wise, you know what? There's such an expansion on menus then that you can actually do. You know, combining slider with mini shots of beer, or doing a taco station with mini margaritas.
Right. You know what I think is funny? How us humans can eat so much when we are having fun and when the food is good. So we have seen that is very popular. Not necessarily a favor that people can take home, but something that they can actually eat after they have eaten the whole night. It's like when they're going home and the wedding is over, we have seen sort of like an exit station where the guests will grab something to eat on the way back, from a little sandwich, a taco, sometimes even a donut, cookies. Like, what are some things that you have seen that your couples have requested?
You know what? There's the old traditional bagels with cream cheese and a New York Times. You know, as people are leaving, those are cute little things, and little bags of cookies. My favorite is an entire candy spread with little bags. Okay, so on the way out, they're taking M&Ms, they're taking gumdrops and gummy bears, and you know, all kinds of different things, popcorn in a bag, because it lasts them for the next couple of days. And it's a thought process to stay in everybody's mind saying, oh, that wedding was great. We had a really good time at that wedding. We had fun. The food was great. There was good music, and et cetera, as opposed to, you know, those tchotchkes that you put in your cabinet that have the date and everything. And they end up collecting dust and things. Those days are over, unless you're going to be doing things such as plant a tree. So you give everybody a tree. A small little starting of a tree or a plant on the way out. So they plant that and they nurture it to do different things. But like I said, my favorite has always been that candy bar with all different things. Kids love it, adults love it, because adults act like kids, so they're both the same at the table. And they get that and they're on their way out then at that point. So it's a great thing because they'll be eating it in the car. They'll stay up all night.
That is so true. I don't really eat candy, but if there's a candy station, I eat candy. For sure.
There you go.
You eat candy. You eat everything. And all of a sudden, you eat everything. Oh my gosh, this has been so much fun. I cannot wait until we do our next event together. And I know we're already planning it. So I'm very excited. Now,
Likewise.
How can people reach out to you if they want to get more information?
There's my restaurant in Bayside, which there's the website also. And then, of course, there's info at papazzio.com, info at papazzio.com. And for the catering end of things, there's info at papazzio.catering.com, info at papazzio.com. Our Facebook page, our telephone number, 718-229-1962, or my cell number, my catering cell number is 917-299-7946. I'd be happy to give anybody information. If I can point somebody in the right direction and it's successful, I've done my job.
Great. Thank you so much. This has been wonderful. So much helpful information. Thanks for being here. And for everybody who watched our video today, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it. And please do reach out to Dominick. He's amazing. Thanks, everybody.